I'd like to welcome everyone to the Emmaus Borough Council meeting. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. All right, this time we'll have public appeals part 1. If you have an appeal, please state your name and you have 5 minutes for your appeal. We will unmute our virtual guest. And if you have an appeal, just speak up, please. And if you can, turn your video on. Anyone with an appeal? No?
Maybe Debbie got one.
Debbie, do you have an appeal?
Debbie, you have to unmute yourself. There you go.
No, I don't. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Does anybody have anything for a community minute?
Hold on, there might be other appeals.
Oh.
Somebody else just came in. Let me just,
All right, once again, there's a couple people that just joined us. We're doing public appeals. If you have a public appeal, please unmute yourself and state your name and where you're from and your appeal.
Carrie, you are unmuted.
Oh, awesome. I tried it a couple times and it wasn't working. Thank you. Awesome. So I just wanted to step in. I had forwarded you guys the application for Snow Blast 2022. I hope you guys are, sorry if my dog is barking. I hope you guys are excited for it. We've been working the last few weeks really to kind of plan it. We're making a little bit of changes this year, trying to just accommodate for COVID and such. But the plan is that it will be held with a kickoff event on February 5th. That's a Saturday from 12 to 4. We're also going to have then a month-long walkabout town, and there will be artist panels inside of businesses. So this year we're going to feature 15 local artists, and they're going to be painting 15 panels that will eventually, after they're being displayed in the businesses, be used as a collaborative mural in the future in some location, which is TBD. We are also hoping to have live music, some food trucks, and we are in the works to see if budget-wise it will work to have some ice sculptures this year, but we're not sure if we will be able to obtain the sponsorship this late in the game. But we're super excited and happy to bring it to the community again for the 15th year.
Thank you, Carrie.
Thank you.
Any questions for her? All right, it's always a great event, so I'm sure it will be great again. Thank you. Anybody else with a public appeal? All right, hearing none, that moves us to community minute. Does anybody have anything to bring forward? All right. Special presentations. We have the CGI community videos presentation. I believe, Terry, you're going to give us some info on that. All right, I'll turn it over to Councilwoman.
Thank you,
McManaman.
Mr. President. So there were a lot of people involved in this project that started over a year ago. I'd like to thank Shane and Council for approving CRD to oversee this lengthy project. Also, big thanks to our on-air talent, Mayor Gilbert, Peter Adams, Gwen Shields, Ashley Laura, and our special sponsors, Bachman, Kulik, and Ryan Smith Funeral Home, Nutropoli Bank, Comfort Generation, and Auto Collision Specialist. Each sponsor has a highlighted video on the link page. And a huge thank you to the folks that I had to call at the last minute to help with photos, videos, or audio: Wes Barrett, Bill Wall, Beth Adams, and Dave Pryor. The videos will be on the Borough website. We are outreaching to organizations in the Lehigh Valley now to partner and to share on their website, as well as to tout Emmaus a little bit more in what they are working on. So the video gives an overview of Emmaus that we call home, and all of us on CRD. And of course, a special thank you to Roy and Shanna for the help with this as well. I think we enjoyed the process. So we hope you and the community enjoy. Shane, do you have anything that you want to say?
No, we'll just start them if you want to. We'll see the mayor first. So here again, this is the screen. This is the screen that you would see on our website with the with across the top would be the sponsors, and then the videos down the left side.
Hello, and welcome to the Borough of Emmaus. I'm Mayor Leanne Gilbert, and I've had the privilege to be involved in the operation of the borough for more than 20 years. And I'm proud to have been named the first female Borough Council President and the first female mayor of Emmaus. The Borough of Emmaus is located about 50 miles from Philadelphia, along the slope of the South Mountain. The borough is roughly 2 miles in size, with approximately 12,000 residents calling Emmaus home. We take pride in a community rich in history, while embracing modern innovations. On 2 separate occasions, we've been named among the top 100 places to live in the United States by CNN Money Magazine. There is a vibrance to Emmaus with its growing number of arts and cultures, events, variety of places of worship, variety of specialty shops, restaurants, nightlife, and a local theater where movie theater tickets are still only $4. Our Emmaus Farmers Market is one of the best in the area. Summer brings outdoor activities, including many parks and trails to enjoy, free concerts and movies in the park, and the opening of our community pool. Emmaus is a community full of wonderful and unique possibilities. With more than 400 businesses open for customers, business growth is steady and offers many professional opportunities. The Borough Council works well with the borough manager and staff, offering a full range of services for residents. A state-accredited police department with 20 officers, and an advanced life support ambulance corps staffed with paramedics and emergency medical technicians. We also have our own fire department, which operates with a mix of employees and volunteers. Our public works department is responsible for operating and maintaining our infrastructure. As mayor of this community, I take pride in knowing our residents are safe and enjoy the quality of life that we have to offer. Businesses and visitors want to move here. Once again, welcome to the Borough of Emmaus, a community united for progress.
That's awesome. You did a great job, Mayor.
Whether you're new to town, grew up in Emmaus, or just visiting, you know that Emmaus offers a great quality of life. A well-maintained collection of community parks provides a safe place for kids to swim, teens to play sports, and families to gather for festivals, summer concerts, and other community-wide award-winning events throughout the year. Emmaus is abundant with outdoor recreation facilities. Take a relaxing walk in one of our many walking paths and nature trails covering hundreds of miles. Operating year-round at Triangle Park, the Emmaus Farmers Market is a popular gathering place and provides the community with a source of safe, locally produced fresh produce. The Triangle area is also a popular choice for shopping and includes many of the area's best restaurants. As for education, the East Penn School District is one of the best in the state, with more than 82% of its graduates entering degree programs, a number that continues to rise. Emmaus High School offers a variety of clubs and state championship sports teams. In Emmaus, we strive to keep our communities safe. We have our own police and fire departments, ambulatory service, and 2 major hospitals are just a short drive away. See it all for yourself. Come to Emmaus, Pennsylvania, voted one of the best places to live, twice.
Nationally recognized as one of the safest and best small communities in America, Emmaus residents appreciate everything the borough has to offer. With a population just under 12,000, it's a community where we know our neighbors. It's a place where families, young and seasoned professionals, empty nesters, and seniors live and work side by side. We have a wide variety of commercial and residential properties available. Whether you aspire to own a Victorian home, a newly built home in one of the area's subdivisions, or prefer the convenience of a townhouse or apartment, we offer a wide range of housing and commercial opportunities to fit your needs and budget. Emmaus and the surrounding region are increasingly popular relocation choices. We are on the southern edge of the Lehigh Valley, one of the fastest growing regions in the state. Buyers find they get much more home for the money. With interstate highways and turnpikes nearby, we have excellent access to business markets. We're an hour's drive to Philadelphia, 90 minutes west to Harrisburg, and 90 minutes east to New York City. Discover the value of living and working in Emmaus, Pennsylvania.
In Emmaus, Pennsylvania, we're big believers in business. We have nationally recognized contractors for every service and task. With the support and partnership of the Chamber of Commerce and local economic development organizations, Emmaus will continue to thrive in its hardworking entrepreneurial spirit and recognition as a destination spot in the region. In Emmaus, our East and West End business districts boast mid and large-size manufacturing, light industrial, and technology-based businesses. We're home to local breweries, distilleries, wholesalers, advertising and marketing firms, home builders, and designers. In the retail sales arena, Emmaus is home to a diverse group of engaging business owners who add to the economic vitality and active community that is Emmaus. Our stores include a variety of categories, and many have received Best of Regional awards. Emmaus is part of a region ranked top in economic development in the Northeast that includes 3 Fortune 500 companies and 3 nationally renowned sports venues. So whether you want to be your own boss or start a career with a well-established company, come to Emmaus, Pennsylvania, and be part of our success story.
In Emmaus, the value of community organizations improves our quality of life and sense of place.
There are many groups, each offering a unique cause and mission, and each at the core of connecting our community with service work. Our nonprofits in the borough, churches, civic groups, and historic sites provide opportunities for friends and neighbors to give back, get involved, and come together while maintaining pride for the town we share.
Get involved today and volunteer in Emmaus and discover how the contributions you make will benefit and strengthen the entire borough.
I have to say, I'm impressed. That was well done. And
Yeah, I specifically want to thank Terry. I know you thanked everyone else, but to be honest with you, this would not have happened without your hard work. When they sent us the email and I had seen it, we had done this a number of years ago. It went much smoother, much easier. But Terry had to put a lot of work, a lot of volunteer hours, a lot of volunteer effort behind this. So thank you, Terry, for everything that you did, because the final product is much different than what the original proposed product was.
Well, it was truly my pleasure. It was really fun. Enjoyed every minute. So thank you. And just hope, I hope this just puts us in the light that we deserve in the valley, and for visitors to come and really understand a lot better of who we are. So
well, if somebody hears of Emmaus and says, oh, I wonder what it's like, I mean, right there in 10 minutes, they can find out, which is nice. They said 3 professional buildings. I thought of PPL, Coca-Cola Park. I'm assuming Velodrome's the 3rd one.
no, it's Iron Pigs,
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola, or PPL, and
What was
There
the 3rd one?
there are. Wait.
Well, they didn't list them. I'm just,
Well, I wrote that. That's why I know that it was.
I was thinking Velodrome because they had professionals there.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll go with
yes,
that.
Yes,
We'll go-
Mr. President.
If you
that's
think of
what
the
I-
other one, it's 4 then. All right. Any other comments on the videos? Go ahead, Roy.
The shot of the high school football field, I mean, it looks like
Wow,
it's
I
a
was like,
college
wow.
field. I mean, it really, that was a neat shot, Terry. Besides some
And the
of
community
but
pool.
Yeah.
It looked huge. Well, it is big, but that made it look bigger.
I just said to Sarah that I wanted a drone for Christmas. It was very fun with that drone.
I got the kids one for Christmas a couple years ago. It's still stuck in a tree though. I'm pretty sure they're probably different kinds of drones.
So if I get it out, is that okay? If I?
Yeah, you can have that one.
All right. I was gonna say it's much warmer in here today, and then I realized there's a heater blowing in my back 2 feet away from me. So
It's not warmer in here. You're on that cold side.
all right, reading of minutes. We have the meeting minutes from December 6th of 2021. Would somebody like to make a motion to approve those? Councilman Balliet, seconded by Councilman Dufresne. Any corrections or additions? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
John, did you say aye?
I did.
Okay. Those opposed say no. There are 7 ayes. We have no decisions on bids. Under communications, we have Christopher Carter, Susan Kowalczyk, Stephen Byer, Chris Thompson, David Bocchino, John Stover, Wendy Barkus, Beverly Springer, Susan Schmidt, all requesting reappointments to various committees, which we will handle in our first meeting in January. We received a letter of resignation from David Cole from the Library Board, effective January 1st. We will need to advertise for that position. Doug Hall is resigning from the Shade Tree Commission, effective January 1st of next year. And I believe he's been on there for quite a long time.
Yeah, I'm gonna just comment about Doug. Doug has been a tremendous asset on the Shade Tree Commission.
It's not one of the original members?
He is one of the
Yeah,
original,
okay.
yeah, and I tried to talk him out of it, but he's been on it a long time. He felt it's time to kind of pass the torch to somebody new. But everything that he's done has been greatly appreciated, for sure. He's also, he was a large piece of the tree plan that you received last year. He played a major role in taking care of that, helping with that.
Nice. We received a resignation from the General Administration or General Authority, effective January 1st, 2022, from Carl Weeder. And I believe also he's been
Yeah,
on for quite a while, at
so-
least 8 years that I know of.
So I want to comment on that. Carl Weeder has been here longer than I've been here, so it's been at least 10 years.
Okay.
And Carl, again, he was the president of the authority for many years. Again, Carl has been a great asset to that authority. He's been a great asset to the community. It's at the point for Carl, though, where when you've been doing something so long, and as you're getting older and realizing that your number of hours of playing golf are limited, he would rather spend more time on the golf course. But in reality, in all seriousness, thank you to Carl. He would definitely will be missed on the general authority, and I certainly appreciate everything he's done for us.
We received a letter from William Kennedy requesting a cost of living increase for the police pension. We'll refer that to the Police Pension Board or General Administration. Well, we'll have General Administration. We'll have General Administration before the next pension board, so we'll discuss it there and then
I think probably budget and finance.
our budget and finance.
Yeah,
Okay.
budget and finance, probably.
All right. So we'll send it to Budget and Finance first. We received a letter from Kiwanis Club requesting their annual Easter egg hunt at the community park. I'll refer that to staff. That's an annual event. Emmaus Arts Commission Snow Blast, which we heard earlier from Carrie Schreppel. We will also send that to staff as that's a yearly event. Did they request anything with alcohol?
Yes, it's on there.
Is it on the triangle? I'm sorry, I didn't.
They're asking to sell it, but I don't know where it'll be located.
I'm gonna just quick and see if it's on here. Does anybody know?
It doesn't really say. So maybe if you'd allow, maybe we can ask Carrie to join us again.
Yes, get a clarification. Carrie, if you're with us and you're able to unmute yourself, can you please answer where the alcohol will be sold? Is it Triangle or on private property?
Sure. So it would either be in the triangle or in the parking lot area of the triangle.
Okay, so we would need to make a motion to approve that.
Yeah, I would ask that you probably, it's February, I would probably ask that you make the motion tonight if you, can they make the motion tonight? I mean, it's an appeal.
You can make the motion. Just, Ms. Schreppel, have you contacted PLCB to get approval for them?
They carry a license, so.
You're
yeah,
still
there's a
muted.
license through,
Okay, that's fine.
yeah, there's a license through the
I
vendor.
just wanted to make sure there was no issue.
Yeah, well, we are hoping to partner with the Emmaus Main Street Partners for that because they have the permitted licenses. If it's easier, we could do it on private property.
I think it's up to you.
Would somebody like to make a motion to approve serving alcohol on the triangle or on this? Are you referring to the street next to the
Council
triangle?
President,
Yes.
May I suggest that you make a motion to amend the agenda to include this and then make the motion?
Okay, so Would somebody like to make a motion to amend the agenda? Councilman Hart, seconded by Councilman Anders. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Thank you very much. It's probably maybe the first time we did that during council meetings, so
Yeah,
I
that's
gotta
the new,
remember
it's the
that.
new Sunshine Act thing.
No,
just
no, I
is-
know, but it's just, I mean, it's not something we think about.
Yeah, we've done it in committee. Yeah,
Yes,
you're right.
but
It's
not
probably
here.
the first time at council.
Okay, with that being said, would somebody like to make a motion to approve allowing the snow blast to serve alcohol on the triangle? Motion by Councilman Anders, second by Councilwoman McManaman. Any discussion or questions?
Mr.
Councilman
President, I
Anders.
know we have allowed this in the past. They've done the snow, I want to say it's snow bar or ice bar.
Right.
So this is something that we have a past precedent and that we've approved. Thank you.
Thank you. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, say no. There are 7 ayes. Does anybody else have a letter of communication to bring forward that they received? There is one, but Madam Mayor will read it during her report. So we have no borough engineers report, solicitors report.
No report.
Thank you. Under unfinished business, we had 3 ordinances where first reading was done on all 3 of them December 6th. So this is second reading. Ordinance 1221, an ordinance levying taxes for the fiscal year 2022 for the Borough of Emmaus at the rate of 7.7115 mils pursuant to section 1310 of the Borough Code of Emmaus, of Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and a revenue neutral levy base on the 2013 Lehigh County tax reassessment split between a general fund tax of 6.3154 mils and a fire fund tax of 1.3961 mils. Would somebody like to make a motion to approve ordinance 1221? Councilman Dufresne, seconded by Councilman Hart. Any discussion on this? This is a roll call vote. Councilwoman McManaman,
Aye.
Councilwoman Baumgartner,
Aye.
Councilman Anders,
Aye.
Councilman Balliet,
Aye.
Councilman Hart,
Aye.
Councilman Dufresne,
Aye.
Councilman Labenberg, aye. There are 7 ayes. We have ordinance 1222, an ordinance amending chapter 26, section 105 and 106 of the codified ordinances dealing with the water rate schedule and the billing and collection procedures for the Borough of Emmaus, Pennsylvania. Would somebody like to make a motion to approve 1222? Councilman Dufresne, seconded by Councilman Hart. Any questions or discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oh, I'm sorry. Roll call vote. I saw the look on Councilman Hart's face and I was like, oh, roll call. Councilwoman McManaman,
Aye.
Councilwoman Baumgartner, Councilman Anders,
Aye.
Councilman Balliet,
Aye.
Councilman Hart,
Aye.
Councilman Dufresne,
Aye.
Councilman Labenberg, aye. There are 7 ayes. And our last ordinance to pass is ordinance 1223, an ordinance amending pursuant to 8 PACS subsection 1304, establishing a special road fund for the Borough of Emmaus. Would somebody like to make a motion to approve ordinance 1223? Councilman Anders, seconded by Councilwoman Baumgartner. Any discussion? Roll call vote also. Councilwoman McManaman,
Aye.
Councilwoman Baumgartner,
Aye.
Councilman Anders,
Aye.
Councilman Balliet,
Aye.
Councilman Hart,
Aye.
Councilman Dufresne,
Aye.
Councilman Labenberg, aye. There are 7 ayes. We have no new business, no unfinished business, part 2. Does anybody have anything to bring forward not on the agenda? If not, mayor's report.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank the Mercantile Club for their donation to the police department. And I believe they donated to all emergency services. Okay, so I'd like to send out a thank you to the club. You all received an email today from Chief Shantz in reference to an incident that took place before the weekend started Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. He asked that I read that for the record so everybody knows what I'm talking about. It says, Madam Mayor, I'd like to take this time to provide you with some details to the incident that took place on December 17th, 2021, involving the Emmaus High School. On December 15th, the law enforcement community received information regarding a TikTok movement that encouraged students on a national level to disrupt education process on December 17th, 2021. As you can imagine, the East Penn School District was also made aware of these cyber posts and contacted the Emmaus Police Department with major concerns. The specific concerns related to school shootings. On December 16th, Thursday, Deputy Chief Apgar instructed Sergeant Schilling to ensure that the Emmaus Police Department had necessary manpower to assist the school if needed. Sergeant Schilling was able to obtain commitments from several officers to ensure our manpower was at appropriate levels for the day. This included having night shift officers remain, day shift officers extend hours, middle shift officers arrive early, and officers reporting for duty on scheduled days off. As a result, we were prepared as far as manpower. On Friday, December 17th, Emmaus High School starts as planned, with a large police presence around the campus. Shortly after the start of the school day, the cyber post began, and Sergeant Schilling was notified of the threats. Sergeant Schilling assumed the responsibility of command and begins to meet with administrators and develop a plan of action for the safety of the staff and students. Emmaus High School is placed on lockdown, and Emmaus police are directed to secure the campus. Deputy Chief Apgar and myself arrived at the Emmaus High School and are briefed of the current situation by Sergeant Schilling and EHS administrative staff. An evacuation plan was developed for the students and staff, along with an attempt to locate the source of the cyber threats. Deputy Chief Apgar began making inquiries about the cyber threats and coordinated resources with state and federal agencies to obtain the needed information. Sergeant Schilling supervised the student evacuation to the buses and student parking lots. Deputy Chief Apgar was able to contact Sergeant Knobloch and have him respond to EPD, and he became the lead investigator on the incident. Sergeant Knobloch was able to obtain information which resulted in a search warrant and criminal charges of a juvenile female. The juvenile female was detained by juvenile probation as well. As a result of the efforts of Emmaus PD officers, nobody was injured. The investigation is still ongoing, and I'm confident will reveal all the participants in the incident. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all the officers who were working on December 17, 2021, specifically Sergeant Schilling and Sergeant Knobloch. I would especially like to commend Deputy Chief Apgar for his leadership during the incident. Many people may have been able to oversee this incident, but it gives me great pride to tell you that Deputy Chief Apgar did successfully oversee this incident. Signed, Chief Troy Shantz. Both Sergeant Knobloch and Deputy Chief Shantz actually did work the case till midnight Friday, and they were back out again on Saturday morning. So I'd like to thank everybody in the department and the administrative staff at the high school, because this could have been worse than it actually was, but everybody made it out safe. So good job, EPD. Thank you.
I'll add to that. It's unfortunate that this seems to happen more on a regular basis, but we have a top-notch police department that's well organized, and you can hear from what she just read that they're prepared and organized, and we're lucky to have that in the borough here. So I just want to also say thank you to the police department and good job.
I'll pass that on.
And I hope the person that's responsible for it has to pay the school district back for all the revenue lost from the basketball game, because if not, the taxpayers have to pay for that. They really do. Same as a football game. I estimate between the two, it's probably the the Nazareth football game that was shut down to the fans. I estimate $15,000 to $20,000 of revenue is lost in the school district, and it's unfortunate because the taxpayers got to pick that up just because somebody made a bomb threat. So anyhow. Anything else, Madam Mayor?
Just that you have my quarterly report and my end of year report. Progress.
Thank you. Committee reports. We have Public Works Committee, Chairman Anders.
Thank you, Mr. President. We did meet on November 8th. Just a couple meeting notes. First is that our meetings for 2022 will be on the third Wednesday of the month at 4 p.m. Previously held.
Correction, we don't know that yet.
Okay, they will be possibly held on that. Did I say it that way?
Contingent upon
Contingent upon.
advertising.
Well, an appointment of committees, I think is also important to include there.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Shane. The other note was just that for the general public, Christmas tree pickups will be occurring after the holiday. They will be on Fridays, and it will be over a 2-week period. With that, I will report progress.
Thank you. Health, Sanitation, and Codes Committee, Chairman Balliet.
Thank you, Mr. President. We have nothing for official action. Our next meeting is scheduled for December 29th at 4:45. With that, I'll report progress.
Thank you. Parks and Recreation Committee Chairwoman Baumgartner.
Thank you, Mr. President. We have nothing for official action. Our next meeting will likely be in February, but it'll be determined at the first council meeting once we swear people in and reorganize. Thank you. Progress.
Thank you. Public Safety Committee Chairman Hart.
Thank you, Mr. President. Our December 13th minutes are included in the packet. We spent some time talking about the parking proposal that was put forth in front of council, and was there anything else we could have done differently? There was no appetite among the committee members to put forth another proposal. We will be cleaning up the current ordinance, which includes the 2 hours and 30-minute business and such. That will be coming forward for the coming months. We also went back and looked at our goals for the year, how we measured up against the goals, and I'm proud to say that as committee we did fairly well, very well, with some impressive goals. It regimented us to stay on point on a number of things that we thought were important at the beginning of the year, and kept coming back to revisit them and making sure that we got them done. And I'm proud to say that plus the staff did a great job, and they're in the process of taking a look at goals for 2022. Our next meeting but it will be at 9:15 a.m. most likely.
Thank you. General Administration Committee is myself. We have Resolution 2021-46, disposal of municipal records. I'll read the resolution. A resolution in accordance with the Municipal Records Act of January 18, 1968, as approved for local government records by the Pennsylvania Historical and Museum Commission Bureau of Archives and History, as approved by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania on December 18, 2008, and amended July 23, 2009, authorizing the Borough of Emmaus to dispose of certain municipal records. We have 7 pages of records that are being disposed of, and just looking at the dates on them, the oldest ones being from 1961. So would somebody like to make a motion to approve the resolution? Councilman Balliet, second by Councilman Hart. Any discussion? I'm assuming this happened during the transfer from here to, I keep wanting to say Rodale, but I guess I have to say Levy now.
I mean, we still have a lot more to go through again, but
You're getting there.
it's been a long 7-year. I think we've been doing this 7 years now. We've been trying to go through.
Are we
these
more
things.
than halfway?
Yeah, well, definitely.
Good,
We've
good.
parted ways with rooms full of boxes.
That's good. All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? There are 7 ayes. We do have one more meeting this year. December 30th is a Thursday at 9 a.m. via Zoom. Progress. Budget and Finance Committee Chairman Dufresne.
Thank you, Mr. President. We have a few items for action tonight. Resolution 2021-47. Bill list resolved by Borough Council to authorize payment of the December 2021 bill list as follows. Bill list $373,868.32. Payroll number 25, $179,843.03. Payroll taxes $60,312.47 for a total of $614,023.82 done this 20th of December 2021, and I put that in the form of a motion.
Motion by Councilman Dufresne. Is there a second? Councilman Balliet. Any questions on the bill list? All those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed say no. There are 7 ayes.
You can see the significant revenue and expenses for the first half of December. And next is Resolution 2021-48. resolution adopting the budget of the Borough of Emmaus for the 2022 fiscal year and appropriating from fund equities, revenues, and other financing sources available for the year 2022 for the specific purposes set forth therein. I put that in the form of a motion.
There is a motion by Councilman Dufresne, seconded by Councilman Hart. Any questions on the adoption of the budget? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Those opposed? There are 7 ayes.
All right, next we have resolution 2021-49. Resolution of Council of the Borough of Emmaus, Lehigh County, Pennsylvania, amending the schedule of fees and charges for permits and services. So it's the proposed 2022 fee schedule. I put that in the form of a motion.
Motion by Councilman Dufresne. Is there a second? Councilwoman McManaman. Any questions, discussion? All those in favor say aye. Those opposed? There are 7 ayes.
Next is resolution 2021-50, establishing refuse collection and compost site assessment fees in the Borough of Emmaus, Lehigh County, Pennsylvania for the calendar year 2022. There are no changes in that, so I put that in the form of a motion.
Motion by Councilman Dufresne. Is there a second? Councilwoman McManaman. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. You might go to.
Chris says I don't raise my hand high enough, so. The only reason you noticed.
I wasn't watching. Next one, we have resolution 2021-51, a resolution confirming ordinance 1197, setting sewer and sewage disposal rates to remain unchanged from the previous fiscal year. So there are no changes. I put that in the form of a motion.
Motion by Councilman Dufresne, seconded by Councilman Hart. Any discussion on the sewer rates? All those in favor say aye. Those opposed say no. There are 7 ayes.
You can see our meeting notes in there from our last meeting. And we do have another meeting this year, December 30th at 11 a.m. via Zoom. Progress.
Thank you. Community Relations Planning and Development Committee, Chairwoman McManaman.
Thank you, Mr. President. Nothing for official action this evening. You'll see from our recent meeting notes, we've begun the process with Altitude Marketing to assist us with the borough marketing and execution of the Visioning 2030 plan. I'd like to thank Ms. Baumgardner and Mr. Anders for being part of this committee. I think we not only had accomplished some projects, but we enjoyed the process. 2022, we will be working on some interesting goals and projects. So stay tuned for that on our next meeting to be determined. I report progress.
Thank you. At this time, we have Personal Appeals Part 2. We'll unmute our virtual guests, and if anyone has an appeal, unmute yourself, and if you can, put your video on and state your appeal. Anybody? Last call for public appeal from Zoom. All right, hearing none, it's Borough Manager's report as soon as you're ready.
Okay. So I think first of all, I'd like to thank council. You know, it may seem simple enough at a council meeting to adopt a budget and tax ordinances and the fee schedules and all that stuff. But I think it's, you know, every year I say the same thing. I think what people don't see is that I put council through a series of about 37 meetings throughout the budget process, including up to 8 to 10 4-hour budget workshops. You know, your process is long and grueling, but I'll tell you that what we don't see is, you know, at the end, council members asking or not understanding what they voted on. I think that any one of you can go on the public and tell people exactly what is in that budget from top to bottom, inside and out, and why it was formulated the way that it was. And that's because of the work that you guys put in. So I do want to express my thanks, because it's never an easy process, especially when you have to increase a tax or a fee. But, you know, putting in the work and the hard work and the efforts that you put in, you know, along with me and the rest of our staff, it makes the decision at the end of the day to vote on, I believe, it makes the vote easier, because you're that educated and you understand, and you beat these issues into the ground until you can't beat them anymore. And you understand why you're voting on what you're voting on. And that has everything to do with you and you putting in the effort and educating yourself and listening to the staff and working with the staff as we're trying to put across a budget that keeps the borough progressing and functioning. So first of all, thank you for your hard work. I don't think we say that enough to you. We know that you say that to us, but we don't say that enough to you. So thank you for your hard work with the budget. Secondly, we do have one item that we're going to ask for you to vote on tonight. We have a buyer for the 1991 Ford sewer flushing truck. That thing was buried. So I'm going to ask that you adopt. Yeah, exactly. It's working.
Would somebody like to make a motion to approve the sale of the 91 Ford sewer flushing truck for the price of, did I see 4,000?
4,000.
For $4,000 to the Borough of Topton. Councilman Balliet, seconded by Councilman Anders. Any discussion? Hey, 4,000 is 4,000. We'll take that.
Yeah, absolutely.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? There are 7 ayes.
The last thing is we do need an executive session tonight to discuss union negotiations. So if you have any questions for me, please feel free to ask. Otherwise, I will report progress.
Thank you.
I think Mr. Hart has.
Oh, go ahead.
I didn't want the budget discussion to pass without additional comment. All the things that stated, it's only my 3rd budget, but I felt this one was succinct while still inclusive and much easier to get through. But one thing that it mentioned is input from staff. I didn't see, they understood what we were going through this year as far as a renovation program and roads, sewers, etc. And they, in my mind, did not put forward unnecessary capital items and understood what the budget was about this year. Not that they didn't in other years, but this year they contributed their fair share. And I'd like to congratulate them too.
Yeah. Thank you. So thank you, John. I would agree. First of all, we had a comment that it's hard to hear you on the mic. But in terms of staff, what Mr. Hart had said, of it for anybody in the audience that didn't hear, Mr. Hart had thanked our staff for not putting forth frivolous requests in the budget because they understood the efforts and the major projects that the borough was doing this year. And I would agree, Mr. Hart. I think that our department managers and their teams get it. And you're right. We didn't have to sift through $5 million of capital requests from them, and that did help us narrow down very quickly as to what the priorities were in their departments. And I certainly appreciate that as well, because it did make it helped us narrow down the discussion to the points that we really needed to focus attention on.
All right, under President's business.
Mr. Pepe, I think it would be something that should be recorded in the minutes as well, that Mr. Farnsworth got part of the rest of his retirement gift today for 33 years and 4 months.
Yes, I would.
I think that's worthy of a recording.
Yeah, my final parting gift to Mr. Farnsworth is hanging on a billboard just next to Superior Restaurant for all those of you and the other 12,000 folks in this town want to throw eggs or whatever it might be at it. He sent me some nice expletives once he saw it or was texted it or whatever it might be. But he was certainly, he enjoyed it. He knew he had something else coming. He didn't know it was of that size.
All right. Any more comments? All right. Under President's business, I just want to state thank you to everyone for another successful year, in my opinion, for meeting all the challenges in the borough here. It seems we keep getting more and more challenges, and through our committee structure and talking everything out and our department heads and the mayor and all the other input we get, we meet every challenge, I think. And I appreciate everything that you guys do. And I think we have one of the best councils in the state. So nobody else is going to know that, but we know it. And the one person that's the center of everything in this borough that wasn't mentioned is Shane. And, you know, I praise you all the time, Shane. And I don't want to make it sound like I say it a lot, but you are very much appreciated in this borough. You are the center of everything. And you are the reason the borough is what the borough is, because you organize everything. You keep it all together. And I don't know where we would be without you. And it means a lot to have you with part of team, family, whatever you want to call it. And I greatly appreciate this was a rough year for you. I know budget season, you were going nights where you maybe slept an hour. I know that because I got texts or emails in 3 a.m. So I know you weren't sleeping. And I know you put the time in, you put the work in, and it shows in this borough. So thank you.
Thank you.
With that being said, we will have an executive session with no action to be taken. And I wish everyone a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate, enjoy it. And it's most importantly, like I always say, enjoy your family. So at this time, we will recess for executive session at 7:48.
Debbie is on.
All right, council is reconvening at 8:06 from executive session. No decisions to be made. Motion to adjourn. Councilman Ballia, seconded by Councilman Hart. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? There are 7 ayes. Meeting adjourned at 8:06.